Okay, so picture the universe is like a baby, barely even 1 billion years old.
Wow.
It's basically just this giant cloud of hydrogen and helium. No way, dazzling galaxies or planets or anything like that.
Right.
It's amazing how much we've learned about these early cosmic days, but there's still so many mysteries out there.
Yeah.
Shrouded in darkness.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we're here today, to do a deep dive into the discovery of Supernova 2023 UTAX.
Okay.
And this is not your average everyday exploding star.
No.
It's giving us clues about the universe's baby pictures, the ones we can't quite make out just yet.
It is, and what makes this supernova so special and why scientists are buzzing about it in articles, from places like SciTech Daily, is that it's the most metal-poor supernova we've ever observed.
Really?
It's like finding a pristine relic from the universe's earliest era, a time capsule revealing secrets about the very first stars.
Metal poor, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds pretty technical.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for us a little bit? What's the big deal with metals in space anyway?
You're right. It does sound a bit jargony.
Yeah.
When astronomers talk about metals, they're not talking about like iron bars or gold nuggets or anything like that. They're actually talking about any element heavier than hydrogen and helium.
Okay.
Think of it this way. The stuff that makes up you and me, our planet, even your phone. All these elements were forged in the fiery hearts of stars and then flung out into space when those stars exploded.
Oh, wow.
The early universe, however, was almost entirely hydrogen and helium, the basic ingredients.
Right.
It's like a cosmic kitchen with only flour and water.
Uh-huh.
You can't make much with just those two things, right?
Right. You need more ingredients to make something interesting.
Yeah.
So supernovas are like those cosmic chefs adding those missing ingredients to the universe's recipe book.
Exactly. Supernovas are the ultimate element factories churning out the heavier elements that eventually become the building blocks for planet's life and everything else we see around us.
Wow.
But this particular Supernova 2023 FACX is incredibly low on these heavier elements, making it metal poor.
So the supernova is like finding a cake made only with flour and water in a world full of decadent chocolate cakes.
Yeah.
It gives us a glimpse into a time when the universe's recipe book was still pretty basic.
A perfect analogy.
Okay.
And it gets even more interesting because 2023 FACX wasn't found billions of light years away where we usually look for clues about the early universe.
Right.
It was found relatively nearby on the edge of a dwarf galaxy.
Hold on, shouldn't the early universe be incredibly far away? How did we find something so ancient relatively close to us?
That's where these dwarf galaxies come into play.
Okay.
They're like little pockets of the early universe that haven't changed much over time.
Really?
Imagine them as quiet, secluded towns that haven't experienced the same level of development as bustling cities like our Milky Way galaxy.
Uh-huh.
They've held on to their original metal-poor composition, giving us a window into the universe's past.
So these dwarf galaxies are like time capsules preserving the universe's ancient history. That's fascinating.
Precisely. And that's what makes finding 2023 clocks in one of these dwarf galaxies so remarkable.
Yeah.
It allows us to study a metal-poor supernova up close, giving us insights into a time period we could only theorize about before.
This is where the James Webb Space Telescope enters the picture, right?
Yeah.
That incredible telescope that's been making headlines with all its stunning discoveries.
Absolutely.
It played a key role in finding 2023 FLEX, didn't it?
Absolutely. The James Webb Space Telescope is like getting a brand new high-powered telescope.
Yeah.
After years of using an old fuzzy one,
Right.
its advanced instruments can see much fainter and more distant objects than any telescope before it,
Wow.
allowing us to study these dwarf galaxies and events like 2023 FLEX in unprecedented detail.
So we finally have the right tools to see these cosmic time capsules clearly.
Yeah.
But I've heard there's more to this supernova than just being metal poor.
Yeah.
Something about its behavior really surprised scientists, right?
You're right. It wasn't just its composition that was unusual. 2023 FLEX behaved quite strangely compared to other supernovas we've observed.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What was so weird about it?
Well, typically a supernova's brightness gradually fades over about 100 days.
Right.
But 2023 FLEX was different.
Okay.
It remained incredibly bright for about 20 days and then dimmed very rapidly.
That's bizarre. It's like the supernova was on fast forward. What could explain that?
That's one of the big questions scientists are grappling with.
Yeah.
And it gets even weirder.
Okay.
2023 FLEX also ejected material much faster than typical supernovas.
Wow.
It's almost as if the star was spinning incredibly fast before it exploded, like a figure skater pulling their arms in for a final dizzying spin.
A spinning supernova. Now that's just cool. But why would a star spin so fast before exploding, and what does that tell us?
Well, the rapid spin and unusual behavior of 2023 effects suggests that these types of stars might have been more common in the early universe than we previously thought.
So this one supernova is challenging our whole understanding of what those first stars were like.
That's amazing. Exactly. And here's where it gets really mind-blowing. If those early stars were different, it could completely change our understanding of how the first galaxies formed.
Right.
It's like realizing that the foundation of a building is made of a completely different material than you thought.
Wow.
It changes everything about how you understand the structure, stability, its evolution, everything.
Okay, so walk me through this. How would different stars change our understanding of galaxy formation?
Well, the way those first stars lived and died influenced how the earliest pockets of gas and dust in the universe clumped together if they were spinning rapidly, like 2023 hex. That would have affected the distribution of those crucial, heavier elements, maybe even jump-started the formation of those very first galaxies. It's like the difference between sprinkling ingredients evenly in a cake batter versus having them all clustered in one spot.
Right.
It's going to result in a very different kind of cake, or in this case, a very different kind of galaxy.
Wow, that's a really powerful image. One supernova really can make a huge difference. But it sounds like 2023 Phi-X has raised just as many questions as it's answered, right?
Absolutely. This discovery is just the tip of the iceberg, for instance. Was this star part of a binary system? Did it have a companion star that could have influenced its crazy spin, or did it lose a significant amount of mass before exploding?
So many mysteries. It's almost like a cosmic detective story. We have these clues and we're trying to piece together what happened.
Exactly. And there are more clues to consider, like why were its stellar winds so weak?
Okay.
Typically, stars like this have strong winds blowing off material before they explode, but 2023 Tosca's winds were strangely subdued.
It sounds like scientists have a lot of work ahead of them to untangle all these mysteries, but I guess that's the exciting part, right? Unraveling the universe one discovery at a time.
Exactly. And we're fortunate to have powerful tools like the James Webb Space Telescope to help us along the way. Scientists are eagerly awaiting more data from JWST to see what other secrets 2023 X might hold.
It feels like we're on the verge of some truly groundbreaking insights into the early universe, and it's all thanks to this one peculiar supernova.
It's a testament to how much we still have to learn about the universe. If a single supernova can challenge our assumptions this dramatically, imagine what other surprises are lurking out there in the vastness of space.
It's both humbling and exhilarating, wouldn't you say, to realize we're just scratching the surface of understanding something so grand and mysterious.
Absolutely. And that sense of awe and wonder is what drives us to keep exploring, to keep asking questions, and keep pushing the boundaries of our knowledge.
So if our listener walks away from this deep dive with just one thought, what should it be? What's the big takeaway here?
I would say the big takeaway is this: never underestimate the power of a single discovery. Even something seemingly distant and insignificant, like a supernova in a dwarf galaxy, can have profound implications for our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It reminds us that everything is interconnected and that the universe is constantly evolving and full of surprises.
Beautifully put. And who knows, maybe our listener will be the one to make the next big discovery. Maybe they'll be the one to find the next cosmic oddball that completely flips our understanding of the universe on its head.
The possibilities are truly endless. The universe is a vast and mysterious place full of secrets waiting to be uncovered.
Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the early universe.
It's been a pleasure exploring these cosmic wonders with you.
And to our listener, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us just beyond the horizon. Yeah, it really makes you think what other cosmic mysteries are hiding out there, just waiting for us to find them.
Oh, absolutely. Every time we think we've got the universe figured out, something like 2023 Kinesk pops up and throws us for a loop.
Right.
It's a good reminder that we're really just at the beginning of our cosmic journey, you know?
You know what I find really fascinating is how this one supernova has just changed how we think about the universe, like so drastically. It's like dropping a pebble in a pond and watching those ripples just spread out further and further.
It really shows how everything in the universe is connected, doesn't it? One event can cause this chain reaction that shapes everything we know about the cosmos. And it's even more exciting because we're just starting to understand these connections.
It really is a humbling experience. Makes you realize that we're just a tiny part of something so much bigger than ourselves. This huge cosmic story that's been going on for billions of years.
Absolutely. And that feeling of awe and wonder is what keeps us exploring and asking questions and pushing the limits of what we know. Every new discovery, whether it's a supernova, a distant galaxy, or something we haven't even imagined yet, adds another piece to that cosmic puzzle.
So for our listener out there who's been with us on this deep dive into Supernova 2023 Pharonax, what's the one thing we hope they take away from all of this?
I think the most important thing to remember is to stay curious and be open to new ideas. The universe is always showing us new secrets, challenging what we think we know, and expanding our understanding of where we fit in all of it. 2023 FEX is a perfect example of how even something happening really far away can have a huge impact on what we know about the cosmos.
And who knows, maybe our listener will be the one to make the next big discovery. Maybe they'll be the ones to find that next strange thing in space that rewrites all the textbooks.
That's the beauty of science and exploration. There are so many possibilities. There's a whole universe out there just waiting to be explored, and who knows what amazing things we'll find.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the amazing world of Supernova 2023 FEX. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and keep looking up.
It's been a pleasure exploring the cosmos with you. And to our listener, never stop asking questions, never stop learning, and never lose that sense of wonder.